Well, good morning, Gathering Network kids. Welcome back to Kid Zone. Last week, we learned about David and Goliath and their big showdown in front of the Israelites and the Philistines. And we learned that God can use anyone who is willing to follow him. David was just a young shepherd boy, but he did what no one in Saul's army could do. He defeated Goliath. Today, we are exploring another part of David. We know he was a shepherd and he took care of sheep. We know that he would become king, but did you also know he was a songwriter and a worship leader? David was a shepherd, but when God looked at him, he saw a king. And sure enough, when David grew up, that's just what he became. And David was a great king, better than any before him. He had a heart similar to God's heart, full of love for his people. Now, of course, keep in mind that that did not mean he was perfect, because he did some pretty terrible things and he made some pretty bad decisions. David did make a mess of his life at times, but God can take even the biggest mess and make it work in his plan. David prayed to God, "I need a new heart, Lord, because mine is full of sin. Make me clean inside again." God heard David's prayer and he forgave David, and he made David a promise. "I will make you great, David, and one day a king will be born into your family line, and he will be the king that heals the whole world." Now we know that David was a songwriter, so in fact, his songs were so good that they might have even been played on the radio today if there had been one back then. David's songs are like prayers. They are called psalms. And his most famous songs, one of his most famous songs is called the Song of the Good Shepherd from Psalm 23. And it says this: "The Lord is my shepherd. I have all that I need. He lets me rest in green meadows, and he leads me beside peaceful streams. He renews my strength. He guides me along right paths, bringing honor to his name. Even when I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me, Lord. Your rod and your staff, they protect and comfort me. You prepare a feast for me in the presence of my enemies. You honor me by anointing my head with oil. My cup overflows with blessings. Surely your goodness and unfailing love will pursue me all the days of my life, and I will live in the house of the Lord forever." Now, God gave David that song to sing to his people so that they could know how much God loved them and how he would always look after them, like a shepherd loves and looks after his sheep. And one day God was going to do something that would inspire thousands upon thousands of new songs. God was going to show his people once and for all just how much he loved them. Another shepherd was coming, a greater shepherd than even David, and he would be called the Good Shepherd. This shepherd was going to lead all of God's lambs back to the place where they had always belonged, close to God's heart. We'll take some time with the discussion questions today about David, and then I will see you guys next week.